Hi class, welcome to Is458. I'm Professor Fahmi Jalani. Today we will take a look at lecture 11, knowledge management. So what is knowledge management? Essentially, knowledge management refers to a multidiscipline approach to achieve organizational objective by making the best use of the knowledge. As you all know, you are in information system, and technically, other than technology or coding, essentially all the data that you have that's available around you during your work or doing your business would be used to make a decision. It could be business decision, management decision, and knowledge management focuses on process such as acquiring, creating, sharing knowledge and culture, and technical foundation that support them. The purpose of knowledge management is to provide the right information to the right people at the right time, which enables service provider to be more efficient and more quality of service. Delivered. So essentially, as you progress, every information or every data is a piece of puzzle, and at the end of the day, it all connects, and that's where you make a solid or sound decision. So you can see here what is knowledge management. This is basically knowledge management within an organization. We have here where a pyramid starting from the bottom, we have the data which is being collected, and from there the data being organized. It could be finance, it could be HR, it could be tech support, and from there the information is summarized and analyzed. Could be profit margin, what's the best selling item, for example, what's the customer response, and it's synthesized, okay, detail to a knowledge base, and that's where you make your own decision. Same thing as you go into your courses. It could be what are the assignment, what's the quizzes, what's the best answer from your knowledge, who's the best professor, for example, that you can score grade A, for example. Okay. So process to help organization identify, select, organize, disseminate, transfer, and information. Okay. Structuring enables problem solving, dynamic learning, strategic planning, decision making, okay, and leverage value of intellectual capital through the use. Okay. So in knowledge management, we have people, process, technology, culture, and structure. Whereas in people, how do you increase the ability of individual in the organization to influence others with their knowledge? This could be management or leader of a section, to be supervisor. Okay. Processes approach varies from organization to organization. There is no limit to the number of process. Okay. Could be process of application, for example, and it could vary from department to department. And sometimes as you switch your career to different company, that's where you see some process are similar but not all. Okay. And it's applicable. You have technology. It needs to be chosen only after all requirements of the knowledge management initiative have been established. So essentially that after all the resources and requirement that you have, and that's where you make decision to use the best technology. It could be LMS CMS, database, for example. Culture, the biggest enabler of success knowledge driven organization is the establishment of a knowledge focused culture. Okay. So in every organization, you see their mission and vision are the staff or the members knowledgeable. Essentially, for example, if you're working in an IT firm, are the staff knowledgeable or capable of doing certain program, for example, or doing certain analysis or doing certain database, for example. Are they equipped? Structure, the business processes and organizational structure that facilitates the sharing. Okay, so is the company able to support, okay, all the data that they have, the analysis, things like that. Let's take a look at the cycle process. Here we have creates the knowledge through a new way of doing things, for example. Identify and capture new knowledge. Place the knowledge into a context so that it's usable. Store knowledge in a repository. Okay? Review for accuracy and relevance. And makes knowledge available at all time to anyone. Okay? It's essentially a loop cycle. Process. Okay, here we have the process from organization, organized information, systemic process, dissemination of information, selecting knowledge, deploying knowledge, and create unique value. Okay. So what are the benefit with knowledge management? It improves the quality of service to user. Okay. With the right decision, services could be improved. Improve user satisfaction. Okay, customer more satisfied. Okay, with better decision and better product, for example. Increase adoption of self-service. Okay. For example, you have self-service checkout, for example, right? Users are well informed how to check out their product, for example, in Walmart, for example. Okay, higher first call resolution rate. Okay, reduce time to diagnostic incident and problem. Okay, with the database, you could see the similarity of certain problems, and you could use the same solution or resolution for the same similar problem too. Faster adoption of new change services. Okay. So if there's any changes, you are able to use the knowledge to adapt and duplicate at the same time. Increase responsiveness to changing business demand. So as you business grow and profit, you could scale it, okay, with all the information that you have. Managing, we have strategy, organizational culture, processes, management and leadership, technology and politics. So in strategy, the objective is to manage, share and create relevant knowledge, assets that will help meet tactical and strategic requirements. Okay. Organization culture, the organizational culture influence the way people interact, the context within which knowledge is created, the resistance that they will have towards certain changes, ultimately the way they share or the way they do not share knowledge. Right. Organizational process, the right processes, environment and system that enables knowledge management to be implemented in the organization. Okay. Management and leadership. Knowledge management requires competent and experienced leadership, okay, at all levels like knowledge manager, knowledge brokers and so on. Technology, okay, the system, tools, technologies that fit the organizational requirements properly designed and implemented. Okay. Last but not least, politics, long-term support to implement and sustain initiative that involve virtually all organizational function, which may be costly to implement, both from the perspective of time and money, and which often do not have a direct visible return on the investment. Okay. Let's take a look at two types of knowledge. First, we have documented information that can be facilitate action, and the other one is know-hows and learning embedded within the minds people. First of all, we take a look at explicit know, basically formal or codified, documented report, policy, manual, white paper, standard procedure, database, books, and printed media technically. They are very objective, rational, technical, policy goals, strategy, papers, report, okay, and leaky knowledge. Next, we have implicit. Implicit knowledge, essentially informal and uncoded values, perspective, and culture, knowledge in head, memories of staff, supplier, and vendors. Tacit knowledge or implicit knowledge is subjective, cognitive, experiential learning. Those who have experience, they could be able to do it quickly, as the learning curve is shorter. Okay, that's why in certain jobs they ask you for your work experience or your internship, for example, okay? Which is very essential in the job market today. Okay, highly personalized. Basically, certain problems are unique and it could be customized solution. Next, difficult to formalize. Some problem when you are solving could be quite complicated, but due to your experience you could be able to resolve it quickly. And very sticky knowledge too. Okay. Next, take a look at knowledge management process. This is by Bukowitz and William from 1999. This knowledge management model depicts the process that defines the strategy for management to build, divest, and enhance knowledge asset. Okay. We have tactical and strategy there. Okay. It is a model that emphasizes the why and when aspect. Okay. The strength of this model rests on its strategic focus, which essentially puts knowledge management action into context. It also worth noting that the notion of divestment is included, something which is often missing from knowledge management. Knowledge management initiatives are the result of response to tactical and strategic changes and needs. The model provides a great overview of strategy behind knowledge management, but it does not include any deeper insight into what initiative is suitable in a given instance. Okay. Next, we take a look at the matrix. This is from Gamble and Blackwell, 2001. On the left, we have approach, and the top, we have the type. This knowledge management model presents a general theoretical framework, okay, as well as specific guidelines for implementation. Okay, the knowledge management process is split into 4 stages. Okay, first, management must locate the source of the knowledge. Okay. Then they must organize this knowledge so as to assess the firm strength, weaknesses, and determine its relevance and reusable. This is followed by socialization, where various techniques are used to help share and disseminate it to whomever needs in the organization. Finally, the knowledge is internationalized. through use. Okay? STEP provides an excellent overview of the role of knowledge management managers. However, one limitation of this model is to focus, but of all, the overall strategy outlined by Bukowitz and Williams is not included. Secondly, knowledge management roles here is limited to knowledge sharing and omitting the process of knowledge acquisition, creation, and divestment. This is perfectly legitimate approach to knowledge management where the focus is do the sharing and retrieval existing knowledge, but it does not fulfill the scope of the knowledge management. Okay. So for this matrix, we have approaches such as sense, organize, socialize, and internalize. Okay. Followed by type, embodied, represented, embedded, and in a different category. The last model we will take a look at Botha et al. In 2008. This model attempts to offer a more realistic overview of knowledge management process, where human focus is and technology focus is there. The three broad category overlap, interact with one another. Like Gamble and Blackwell, the focus is on managerial initiative. Here too, the strategy focus the when and why, as opposed to what is omitted. It is noteworthy that this model does include the creation of new knowledge as a specific knowledge management initiative. Okay. The model further show which of the three categories are more people-oriented and which are more technology-focused. However, for better or worse, this is largely how organization tends to approach the issue as a technological rather than organizational social challenge. Okay. So that's pretty much it for the topic today. If you have any question or doubts, please email me or drop me an appointment in the office. Please stay safe and goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye bye.